So our first real date, we went to Eighth Wonder, which is a brewery in East Downtown, and I had never been there before, and the area wasn't really developed, so we're driving, and there's literally nothing around except like warehouses. And
Yeah, it's real industrial.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my God. I was like, so is this where you murder me? And he was like, no, I usually wait for like the third date. And I was like, oh, okay. So
just to put her mind at ease.
Yeah, so I'm like dropping a pin. I'm texting my sisters what I'm wearing. I was like, white male, mid-30s. I mean, can you blame me?
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't murder me. So
She watches a lot of Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, shall I stay? Would it be a sin? Oh, if I can't help falling in.
what I love most about him is he's just very caring, and he cares about his people, and he's always been so giving and not ever really expecting anything back, which is great for me because I can be a little selfish sometimes. So.
I've never noticed that.
So yeah, I think that's what I love most about him.
Take my whole life too.
I think for her, what I love most about her, I mean, she just makes me comfortable. Like, I feel like I can really totally be myself. We have such a similar sense of humor with everything. We make each other laugh a lot. But she's very loyal and very caring. But I love that she's caring and can be sweet and, very loving, but she can also turn around and totally give it to you too, and isn't gonna let you walk all over her or anything like that.
Won't take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Oh, for I can't help falling in love with you.
I've had a life spent chasing what my heart couldn't name. Love, you fan that flame. Oh, my dear sister, you're the fire in the field, my other hand on the wheel. And I will be your songbird, I will sing a life with you. And if we forget the melody, yeah, we'll write another tune. And I will be your songbird till evening draws shade. I can sing a song for love with me. Well, you meet me in September, and you'll share my name. My son, our blood's the same. Will you run with me, darling, to the top of the hill? Drink till you've had your fill, and I will be your songbird. I will sing a life with you. And if we forget the melody, yeah, we'll write another tune. And I will be your songbird till the evening draws a shade. I can sing a song for love with me. I've had a life spent chasing what my heart couldn't name. Love, will you make that change? So I will be your songbird. I will sing a life with you. If we forget the melody, yeah, we'll write another tune. I will be your songbird till evening draws a shade. I can sing a song for love with me. I can sing a song for love with me.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby.
Please be seated. Sorry. I'd like to begin by welcoming everyone and thanking each and every one of you for being here today. It's no accident that you are here. You were invited to be here because you are someone important in the individual and collective lives of Chris and Kirby. I can't think of a better venue than the beautiful Texas Hill Country for a destination wedding. I know it's not only monumental for the wedded couple to be, but for all of us who are lucky enough to know them. As we gather today, I'll ask, who gives this bride to be married?
I do. What do you want to do? Just here.
Feeling good. Oh, my kids are Chris, the plants are Got it?
Got it.
Okay.
Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this day and for these two amazing people. You knew each of them before they knew each other. You created and fashioned them for one another for this specific moment. We ask that you continue to keep and bless them as they begin this new journey in marriage. Amen. Now, Chris's niece, Emma, will present us a reading.
People are like cities. We all have alleys and gardens and secret rooftops and places where daisies sprout between sidewalk cracks. But most of the time, all we let each other see is postcard glimpse of a skyline or polished square. Love lets you find those hidden places in another person, even when ones they love didn't know were there. Even when ones they wouldn't have thought to call beautiful themselves.
Thank you, Emma. I think I've had the good fortune to meet most of you here at some point or another. If we haven't met, my name is Will Stubbs, and I'm a friend of Kirby and Chris for a few years now. I've had the pleasure of seeing their relationship grow and blossom. It's truly an honor to not only be in attendance, but to officiate this ceremony. I want to share a few verses from the book of Song of Solomon with you regarding love. Chapter 8, verse 6 through 7. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm. For love is strong as death, jealousy is fierce as the grave. Its flashes are flashes of fire, the very flame of the Lord. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can floods drown it. If a man offered for love all the wealth of his house, he would be utterly despised. Love is the very essence of God. It is a glowing furnace inside us that cannot be extinguished. It cannot be buried or forgotten. It cannot be bought or bartered for. It drives us to seek out that one person who can satisfy that flame. So today, we're here to witness Kirby and Chris set seals upon their hearts and their arms. So now for a little story time. I want to say that when Kirby and Chris asked me to officiate their wedding, I could feel the surprise and kind of shock on my face. And I could see the almost uncomfortable nervousness on their faces.
Say yes.
We don't have a backup.
But it took me a few days to think it over, but I accepted. And I'm extremely glad that I did, because I am honored to play this pivotal role in your special day. So for those who don't know what sparked Chris and Kirby's relationship, it was a little bit of social media stalking and a set of weights.
It's true.
It's almost as if their love story was a script of a Hallmark Christmas movie, except in the humid 100-degree Houston weather.
Yeah.
That being said, if you can find someone who's sweaty, smelly, and disheveled from a workout still attractive, it might be the real deal.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I met Kirby through my wife because they were co-teachers and close friends, and they morphed into this thing that they call Bacon Burger. It's their thing, I don't know. It's been a joy having Kirby in our lives, and I remember when my wife told me about a guy Kirby met, and his name was Chris. They met at Camp Gladiator, I'm sorry. His name is Chris, and he has a steady job with benefits. Acting as Kirby's big brother, I immediately approved. So then I had to ask more about this guy named Chris. Where is he from? What does he do? Does he drink beer? You see, Kirby fits well into our tribe. And so being that this was the first time I'd heard anything about her love life, I knew it could be something special. I had to know if Chris was going to be a good fit in our tribe as well. Turns out, fits just right. I found out that he was from Ohio. But hey, it's okay. It's okay.
We all have flaws.
Apparently, he's been living here in God's country for a few years now. Enough time to experience a few Texas summers, become a seasoned Astros fan, devoted to a job not many could have the patience or heart to do. And he's also become a connoisseur of craft beers as well, and develop a palate for Texas barbecue. Amen. So I'm having a difficult time deciding who's luckier, Kirby or Chris.
I think we know the answer.
I want to tell you, too, I want to give you some advice as you guys begin the next chapter in your life. Look to your parents and their marriages as glowing examples of commitment to one another. Remember to put your spouse before your own interests, respect each other, and enjoy the day-to-day moments of life with each other. We know that some do the bonding, and others claim to do the bonding better.
Get out of here.
But from today forward, continue to strengthen the bond between yourselves as husband and wife. Now, Kelly, Chris's sister, will present a reading for us.
Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, dancing partner, even teacher. For you have learned much from one another these past few years. Like when Chris taught Kirby how to use Yelp, or when Kirby taught Chris how not to overcook eggs. But shortly you shall say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same.
Thank you, Kelly. Eggs, really, man? Eggs?
Yeah, he would always overcook them.
That's okay. At this time, Kirby and Chris will exchange the vows they have written for each other. You guys are already facing. So, Christopher, you first, sir.
Sure, thank you. Yes. Okay. So we definitely know that it was your effervescent 5 a.m. personality that was the hook that drew me in. But I kind of want to talk about a time that you actually started to reel me in. Mm-hmm. So shortly after we started dating, it was my birthday, and we were trying to figure out what to do. And I said that I wanted to go see an exhibit at the art museum, and that wasn't really something that you were into, but even though that wasn't really your cup of tea, you just dove right into it, right? Maybe a little bit too much, according to that security guard, but that's a whole different story for another time.
Don't cross the tape.
Yeah, don't cross the tape. Ma'am, step back. So, and then after that, we went out to eat, and then we went back to your house, and that was the first time I ever had whiskey.
You're welcome.
And so, right. And so one of the things that I loved about that was the fact that we kind of pushed each other out of our comfort zones a little bit, but we both embraced it so much, and in a way it felt comfortable. And so when we were sitting back at the house, and I just remember sitting there and thinking, man, I could really do this for a long time. But you know what? The weird thing is right now, I don't really want to do this for a long time. I want to do this forever.
Let's memorize this.
Oh, okay.
Rude.
Kirby Lee, you're so many things. Funny, kind, loving, loyal, charming, charismatic, and of course, beautiful. All the positive attributes about myself that I was looking for in somebody else. Of course, we have our differences. You're the observer and the listener while I'm the talker.
No, we didn't know.
You're calm while I'm anxious. I enjoy true crime while you constantly think that I'm going to kill you. I'm on the karaoke stage while you're singing along on the sidelines. But the awesome thing is that all of our differences and all of our similarities kind of come together to make this awesome mosaic. And the really cool thing is with that is that it looks like a really awesome future together with a lot of adventures, a lot of love, but most importantly, a lot of whiskey and bacon.
Yes.
Kirby Lee, just... Can I finish now?
It's Amber.
Kirby Lee, just as you have done for me in our time together, I promise to be there for you in the lowest of lows and the highest of highs. I will love you, respect you, and honor you. But I don't know that I'm totally going to obey you, because that's a little weird, and I'm a grown man and I can do whatever I want, as long as it's okay with you.
Yes.
I promise to cut up your apple in the morning, occasionally rub your feet after a long day at work, occasionally, tolerate your singing, and of course, let you think that you're the funnier one out of the two of us. Most importantly, I will work every day to love you so much that you feel like the luckiest woman in the world.
Kirby?
You wanted me to go first?
I know. Okay. Can you hear me okay? Yeah? Okay. Oh, hold your hand. Okay. Christopher, honey bunches of oats. For the longest time, so many people were telling me I was being too picky when it came to dating. Obviously, they were wrong, because here I stand today, about to marry you. I finally found what I needed and wanted, someone who was giving, sarcastic, funny, and not too bad to look at. You have accepted me for exactly who I am, from my singing to my burping, or just being loud in general, and have never tried to change me. So I thank you for that. I'm so happy to be surrounded by our family and friends, and especially these 4 girls over here. I still remember their reactions when I told them about you, Malta could tell how happy you made me. Stubbs and I proceeded to drink way too much, which led to you and I having our very first phone conversation. It lasted 2 hours, and I remember pieces of it. Christine said, "He's so cute, don't F it up." And I think we all know what my sister said. You're welcome. So with that being said, I promise to try and always make you happy, to be your drinking partner and continue our great conversations, to love your face even when it's old and wrinkly, to try and not F it up, and for all those nice things I'll do for you. You're welcome. I love you, Christopher, and I feel truly blessed to call you my husband.
Very good.
Thank you.
Since you have made your vows to each other, I will now ask that you continue to hold hands and answer these important questions with I do. Chris, do you take Kirby to be your wife? Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish her, even when she only responds to you using movie lines? Do you promise to protect her, forsaking all others, and holding only unto her forevermore?
I do.
Kirby, do you take Chris to be your husband? Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish him, even if he decides to go back to school for a PhD? Do you promise to protect him, forsaking all others, and holding only unto him forevermore?
I do. But I don't know about that PhD thing.
No, I don't even know about that PhD thing.
Do you have the rings? This is the point in the ceremony where we usually talk about the wedding bands being a perfect circle with no beginning and no end. But we all know these things, these rings do have a beginning. Minerals are dug up from the earth. Metal is liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees, then molded, cooled, and painstakingly polished. Something beautiful is made from raw elements. Love is like that. It comes from humble beginnings, made by imperfect beings. It is the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. Kirby and Chris will now exchange their rings as symbols of their love for each other. All right. Chris?
Me first, though, right?
I believe so.
Like me, right?
Okay.
No, I lied.
I go
Chris.
first. Yeah, I go first.
Good job.
Got it. Chris, place the ring on Kirby's left hand and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder for my love for you.
as a daily reminder of my love for you.
Sparkling?
Sparkly reminder.
Yes.
Good enough.
Make sure it's
My hands are hot.
Kirby? Kirby, place this ring on Chris's left hand and repeat after me.
You're welcome.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a daily reminder of my love for you.
as a daily reminder of my love for you. It's on there.
It's on there. So now that you have sealed one another upon your hearts and upon your arms, by the power vested in me by the state of Texas, in the presence of all these witnesses, I pronounce you husband and wife. Chris, kiss your bride.
35 seconds.
Okay, get over it.
35 seconds.
Go ahead.
Entonces.
Yeah, turn. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Chris and Kirby Toth.
She's sweet like candy in my veins, baby. I'm dying for how you curse when I wake you up. Sweetly demand that I fill your cup with the smile of your cool gunpowder glare. Honey, you lay me bare. You're the girl of my dreams, and a pistol it seems, but you shoot me straight and true. Time to lay down my bets. Oh, I put all my money on you. When I'm in the dark, oh, you bring me light. It seems like you're almost always right. So keep boxing my ears when I sew them shut. Baby, you sure are tough. You're the girl of my dreams, and a pistol it seems, but you shoot me straight and true. Time to lay down my fears. Honey, I feel so safe around you. Till a man taught me anything, said a hard-headed woman is what I need to help me to always do my best. Baby, my life is blessed. You're the girl of my dreams. Darling, please wear this ring. You're an angel through and through. Time to lay down my life. Honey, I'd do it gladly for you. Time to lay down my life. Honey, I'd do it gladly for you. It's been a long day, baby. Things ain't been going my way, you know I need you here. You clear my mind all the time. And baby, the way you move me, it's crazy. It's like you see right through me and make it easier. To please me, you don't even have to try. Oh, because you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. Baby, deeply when I say this love will never fade away. Oh, because you are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. Both of us have known love before. Come on, no promising like the spring to walk on out the door. Our hearts are strong and our hearts are kind. Let me tell you just exactly what is on my mind. You are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. You are the best thing. You are the best thing. You are the best thing ever happened to me. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Na, 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 na.
It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Well, I know this little chapel on the boulevard we can go. No one will know. Oh, come on, girl. Who cares if we're trash? Got a pocket full of cash we can blow. Shots of Patrol, and it's on, girl. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. 'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Oh, I'll go get a ring, let the choir bells sing like ooh. So what you wanna do? Let's just run, girl. If we wake up and you wanna break up, that's cool. No, I won't blame you. It was fun, girl. Don't say no, 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 no. Just say yeah, 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 yeah. And we'll go, 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 go. If you're ready, like I'm ready. 'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey, baby, I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you. Just say I do.
baby. I think I wanna marry you. Is it the look in your eyes, or is it this dancing juice? Who cares, baby? I think I wanna marry you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to hear a few special words from a few special guests. First, we'll hear from best man, Ryan Pastorelli.
Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? Perfect. I hope everybody is excited and ready to get out on the dance floor. If I know Chris, he's been practicing for months, so please do yourself a favor and challenge him to a dance-off tonight. You won't regret that.
Anybody, bring it on.
All right, my name is Ryan. Chris and I have been friends for a long time. We've been together for a long time. Yeah, we've had a lot of firsts together, haven't we, buddy? We've had our first grown-up apartment together, our first hangover on Natty Ice. Terrible. We discovered MySpace together, and you never forget your first social network. You don't. You just don't. The college years, so much fun. I still remember when Chris asked me, our freshman year, he asked me to move in with him the next year, and I immediately said yes, and I felt, as I imagine Kirby did when he popped the big question, I wondered if I'd just made a huge mistake. But it's actually not bad living with Chris. He's a really great guy. He's very clean. That's right. And he's not that stinky like my first roommate. Although, I mean, Will did mention that he was a little, it's true love when you could fight off the stink and still love your partner. As it turns out, though, Chris is one of the best guys I know. He's very caring. This guy, yeah. He's very caring. He's very funny and caring. He was majoring in criminology, so he was going to be a cop or a professional good Samaritan or something. I don't know. It's good stuff. He's trustworthy and responsible. Perhaps a little too responsible. There were a couple times, you could back me up on this, I tried to go out to the bar with him, and he told me he couldn't because he had to balance his checkbook. That's true. That's actually true. I didn't make that up.
At 21.
Yeah.
Actually was paying bills, but whatever.
I said he was responsible. He is. So after college, we still were good friends. We took a road trip down to Austin together to start Chris's new life in Texas. And long distance relationships are tough, but we made it work. We did. We did.
It's all about the bond.
It's all about the bond. So we were still very good friends, and about 2 years ago, I asked Chris to be in my wedding. A little shout out to my wife. I don't know where she is, but
She's back there. Shana!
I love you. Also, we're not gonna last that long if we do one of those the length of the marriage dances, so I had to get our spotlight in here. Love you. But amongst all of the excitement, it was also very exciting because it was the first time I got to meet Kirby. And she was amazing. She fit right in. She could drink with everybody, could hang out and just hold her own with everybody. There you go. Yo. So I was rooting for them to make it from the beginning because, I didn't want to. It was maybe a little selfish. I didn't want to look back and be like, who was that girl that Chris brought to the wedding? But it worked out. And a little after the wedding, we moved down to Texas, the great state of Texas, I guess. Oh, can I get an OH? There we go. There we go. Oh, I forget that Chris is from Northwest Ohio, so it's actually Michigan fans. Sorry. But once we moved down to Texas, we actually had a chance to be like in real life friends with Chris and Kirby, and it was amazing. I got to root for them for a completely different reason that was not selfish. I actually liked them and thought they were like a great couple. They're very, like Chris and his tightly balanced checkbooks, and Kirby and her ability to loosen this guy up and have a drink and have some fun. Yeah. So I was super excited when they got engaged. I did whatever a good friend would do, and I used my superior internet surfing skills to try and dig up some dirt on Kirby. And I found some. Here it is. I hope you're ready for this. Buckle up. According to Kirby's own social media profile, the only man you could ever truly trust is your daddy. Where's daddy? He's like, you did a great job. You did a great job. You raised her right. But I also think I made a lot of jokes about Chris, but he is, if there's anybody you could ever add to that list of people you could ever truly trust, it's this guy. And I'm so happy that you two found each other. And I'm honored that you asked me to say a few words at your wedding, and I'm very thankful for that. So if you have a drink, please raise your glass with me. There is, I can only think of one thing. If you truly listen and you actually make an effort, I think you'll overcome anything. And that is my marriage advice after 2 years. You have to learn when to shut up, which is what I'm struggling with that, but I'm gonna do that now. Congratulations and cheers.
Okay, hi. Those don't know me, I'm Crystal, Kirby's sister, and I am a Pisces, so I'm super sensitive, and I'm gonna try to hold it together. So I knew from the get-go it was gonna take a very special man to handle all my sister has to offer. So I was extremely happy that she came with me to Camp Gladiator. CG? And then the rest is history, that's where they met. And then when I realized it was Chris that she was talking to, I was like, oh, that's great. 2 sarcastic people in my life. Just what I need. But I am truly happy that, I can't do it, okay. I'm truly happy that y'all met, and I know that you're my sister's match, and, stop it. And you're such a wonderful man. And on that note, Tom and Karen, I would just like to thank you. You both have truly raised an amazing, sincere, genuine, loving man. And I know without a doubt he will take care of and wholeheartedly love my baby sister. Okay, sorry. You can do it. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. However, if he doesn't, I have told him I have watched enough forensic files to know what to do. I know what, and I have some friends that will help me. Yeah, okay. I'm just kidding. Where are the guns at? Well, yeah. But I'm truly honored and to welcome you to our family and to have you as my new bro. So, another Pisces? Yes, and he loves all the chocolate candy like me, and he's just awesome. So many feelings. I know, so many feelings, sorry. Okay, and I'm trying, stop it. I have to mention someone who's very dear to us that's not here, mainly because it was my grandma Chubby, and every conversation that we would have, she would be like, has Kirby found anybody yet? And I'm like, no, not yet. And then when they finally met, she's like, has he proposed? When is he gonna propose? Are they going out of town? Literally within a month of their relationship. And then after they propose, she's like, when are they getting married? Let's just go justice of the peace. Let's get this done. Clearly, she thought you were taking way too long. So, anyways, but one of the questions that she asked all the time, stop it, was had Kirby picked out her dress? And I said, every time I said no, she hasn't gotten one yet. And then finally when it got closer, I didn't have the heart to tell her no. And I said, I think so. And she said, I bet you she's gonna look beautiful. And you do, Kirby. You're so beautiful. And like Chubby always said, she's always right. And yes, and she knew that y'all were a wonderful couple, and she couldn't wait to see what this marriage was gonna be like. And then, just from marriage advice, like Ryan did, all I can say, I mean, Pete's my husband, so like I have a lot of advice, but I'll just stick to one. A lot of patience, but no, communication. Like, marriage is gonna get tough. You just have to talk it out and truly listen to one another, because it's so important, because things can get just taken out of proportion when it was something that maybe not meant that way. So just remember that. Okay, and then, so I'm almost done. And then, I heard this from a wedding, and I had to borrow it because I thought it was very, very true. You both made a vow today to choose one another. So remember, when times get tough, always continue to choose each other and have each other's back always, no matter what, and hold on tight to one another. Oh my God. Okay, so on behalf of the new Mr. and Mrs., I would just like to thank everyone for coming to celebrate their wonderful day, and that I love you both very, very much, and you're welcome. So with that being said, cheers to Kirby and Chris.
All right, now Kirby and Chris want to say a few words to you themselves.
Okay, so I'm not as sensitive as my sister, but I just want to thank all of y'all for coming. I know a lot of people, everybody traveled here basically except Ryan and Shayna. Yeah. So that really means a lot to all of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. And
I mean, not really, but.
I mean, yeah, you know. But I love the fact that I'm looking around this room and I literally know every single person. That makes me so happy, because that was my biggest thing at the beginning. I was like, I don't want people there that are like, oh, I met you when you were like 2. So I love this. Walking in here and seeing all of y'all makes me so happy. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it.
Guess it's my turn. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so first off, huge thank you to both of our families for everything that you did, putting this together, all this stuff, for both of our parents for making us. That's you know, what's it?
For making us?
Yeah. But that's all he did?
Where's the music? Play 'em off.
Right, yeah, I know. Isn't this when the orchestral music comes in? I'm supposed to get like yanked off the stage. Anyway, but as Kirby said, thank you to all of you guys for coming out here. I know a lot of you traveled from various distances and everything, again, except for Ryan and Shayna. But no, huge thank you for coming out here. Another huge thank you to my wife. Let me say it again. My wife, for all her hard work and dedication in putting this together. For those of you that don't know, I was finishing up grad school while she was doing most of the planning, so I was kind of just like, yeah. Sure. That sounds good. Yeah. And also, just a quick thank you to all of our vendors. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for all the work that you've done. I can't wait to see all the pictures, all the videos, and everything. It's all going to be great.
So last but very not least, I would like to make a special shout out to the young lady who made me an uncle for the very first time. My niece Emma is turning 15 today. So a huge happy birthday to Emma. So if we can raise a glass to Emma, just make sure you're drinking soda instead. Pop. I'm sorry, drink pop. Thank you guys. Let's party.